up? I'm your host, Jolie Live, and I'm here with
Sophia Cerrito. You may have seen me on Love Undercover. I'm also a dancer. I live in LA, and we're playing Pucker Up.
So you're so excited?
Yes, I'm scared though. I'm excited but scared.
Yeah. Do you like sour candy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
So you'll be good.
Yeah.
Do you have a big sweet tooth?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
like eating candy?
Yeah.
Some people are like, no, like I just like,
No, I don't understand. I don't trust those people.
Yeah, I know.
I
It's
do
like
not trust those people. How do you, I don't understand people who can eat a meal and not have dessert after.
Like a sweet treat.
I must.
Yeah, literally, you have to.
I have to.
How long are you waiting before you eat the sweet treat after you eat dinner?
Usually immediately after.
I'm the same.
Immediately
I'm like,
after.
I got through dinner, time for a sweet treat.
No, literally. It's like a marathon.
Yeah, it's like a reward.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you were on Love Undercover. Mm-hmm. You also are a dancer in LA.
Yes.
You do a bunch of things outside of the show.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get all the tea.
Yes.
A lot of it is dating focused, but it's fun.
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready for level one?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, you can go for it. That's the only one you have to unwrap. So.
Okay. I'm doomed already from the jump. All right.
Okay, so you did just get off of Peacock's Love Undercover, and you did not know the men that were going to be there, who you were going to choose ahead of time, or what they looked like. But when you personally meet a man, not on a reality show, what are the 3 things you look for in one that's an immediate, it's a no?
Okay. I think the 3 things I look for off the bat physically, height. I like guys that are so tall, and I don't know why because I'm 5'2". Height. I like a guy who commands the attention in the room.
Yeah.
Who just has really outgoing energy. So yeah, someone who's super confident. And I know this is sounds bad because this is was the premise of the show, but someone who's successful.
Yeah. You're like, that would be great. Love
That
a
would be
successful
great.
man.
Yeah.
And what's one thing it would be a deal breaker? Absolutely. Even
There's
if it's
so
the
many.
hottest guy, he's the height, he fits everything, but it would be no.
There's so many. Okay, wait. Let me think of something. He posts shirtless selfies.
Yeah.
On his Instagram story. He posts too much on his Instagram story.
Okay. On its Instagram story?
It's not. Yeah.
Okay, story.
And feed too. If it's not work related, it's just selfies.
All the time.
I don't like that.
Yeah. But that's a good deal breaker because it's why?
Yeah, I don't like that's too girly. I
Yeah.
don't want a guy who's too girlier than I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
But for the show, when you walked in and saw everybody, you genuinely didn't know what they
idea.
looked like. Nothing.
Well, we didn't know. Well, we knew. I knew what they looked like when we had to pick them to go on the date. And not gonna lie, I didn't think that I didn't think any of them were attractive. They were more attractive in person. I don't think the cardboard cutouts were doing them justice. But I mean, with Sebastian, his bio, someone who types with emojis like that, that's kind of an ick for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think I could tell the heights of some of them. I'm kind of not really into that. But yeah, I think none of them I was immediately no. I was just would it really go for you?
Right,
But,
normally.
Yeah.
Okay, you said it was sweet, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
You didn't think it was
good
that sour?
aftertaste? No.
Perfect.
Yeah,
You're
that
doing
was
great
good.
already.
Yeah, slight work. I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
ready for 2?
Yes.
Okay.
So you eat it now.
Yep, you only
Okay.
need 1, even though they're little.
You're small but deadly.
Mighty. So you are a dancer in LA, and you've been in the industry for quite some time. So how was the opportunity presented to you to go on reality TV, and did you have any hesitations to go on?
So I was reached out to through social media, and I think as I went along with the interview process, it kind of became more real. I feel when I was doing the interviews, I was oh, this might happen, but we'll see. And I think until they were oh, do you want to do it? I was okay, wait. So I think I evaluated the pros and cons of it, and I think I was it could be a fun experience. You're not gonna say anything that's so embarrassing. You're gonna be fine. I'm like eating my words now, like no pun intended, because I did the opposite of that. Because like you really don't, like yes, there's like cameras in your face and you're mic'd and stuff, but you really forget like that people are watching. Like,
and it's your life for a couple weeks, so it's like
you like forget that it's gonna be on TV. But yeah, so I think I was like my senior superlative, like in high school was like most likely to be on reality TV. So like it didn't seem like it was like a far-fetched thing for me.
Yeah.
But I was like, whoa, this is like real. Especially when we were filming it, I was like, oh my God, there's like a million people like watching me kiss someone right now. But yeah, I think overall it was like so much fun. Yeah.
When you went on the car date, when you guys were doing like the museum or whatever, and then you got in the car, did you kind of end up blocking out the fact that there are cameras and stuff, or it's always subconsciously like right there?
Like at first when you like enter this like scenes or whatever, you like see them all, so you're like, whoa. Like when we were first walking in, I was like, whoa, like there's just people like watching us, like walking with us. But then like the more we were like talking and in conversation, I kind of like forget, and then like you forget, and then you end up saying like the wildest stuff. So that was what happened to me.
I just wouldn't be, I feel like I'd be so like shy to kiss. I'd be like, please
no, I was. And like they didn't really show it, but like he asked if he could kiss me first.
Yeah.
So we kissed, and he was like, that was like a first grade kiss. Like, you seem so nervous. I'm like, obviously I'm nervous. Like, look around. Like, are you? And he was nervous too. He was like, yeah, I'm nervous too. So that's why they only showed like me grabbing his hand, and because he was like, I'm sweating, I'm so nervous. I was like, okay, if I hold your hand, I'll feel less nervous. And then we kissed again. But yeah, I think both of us, that was like both of our first times like doing this like on camera. So I think both of us were like, this is like an out of body, like we're in a simulation right now.
You're
like
what's
happening?
Like, oh, this is happening. We're doing it together. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Did you, well, there's a question about your relationship status later, so never mind. But how was 2?
That one, I honestly think this one was more sour.
Level 1 or level 2?
Level 1.
Was more sour?
Yeah.
Than that?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what people say.
Really?
But it's to get you, it gets you on the edge of your seat. Ready for
It's getting me warmed up.
So this is the challenge one. So this is dating deal breakers.
Okay.
So I'm going to read off a scenario, and you're going to say yes or no.
Okay.
You would date them. Yes or no, would you date a man who doesn't work out?
Yes.
Okay.
If he's like spending every single day in his office working so hard, it's okay.
So if he's still working hard.
I saw this like funny thing the other day. It was like an Elon Musk quote, and you're like, it was like, ladies, she'd rather have 6 cars than a 6-pack. Like, get to work.
Get to work.
Exactly.
Okay, so you'd be fine with it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But you're like fitness queen yourself. Like, you're in shape.
Yeah, I like working out, but like, it's okay. Like, that doesn't have to be their thing too. Like, their thing could be being in the office, and my thing could be going to Pilates with like in my cute workout set.
Yeah, right.
That's my thing.
Okay, a man you make more money than.
No.
I would be the same way.
No. That's not hot.
It's not gonna happen.
That's not hot.
No. A man who follows more girls than guys when you meet.
That's really weird. Like, does it like pertain to like your job? Like, are you like a promoter? Like, ew. Like, no.
Are you a promoter?
No.
Would you even date a promoter?
No.
Exactly.
Hard. No.
Not dating a promoter. Okay, so yeah. Do you deal breaker or not? A man who prefers the club over staying in.
I don't know. Because I also am like a club rat a little bit. So like I do like going out, but I feel like I would want it to be like a guy would be like, baby, like, no, I'd rather like stay home and order food with you, like over going out any day of the week. Like I want that to be their mentality, but I also like going out.
Yeah.
Probably more than staying in. So they're probably on the same like level as me. So I wouldn't say that that's a deal breaker.
Yeah. Okay, but what is your current relationship status?
I'm seeing someone.
You are seeing someone.
Yeah.
It's not someone from the show.
No.
Just
not someone
met
from
after the show?
Yes, met after the show.
But didn't it was like a year before it came out.
Yeah, we filmed it a year ago.
So were you nervous? Like, are you like dating? Like you could tell him that it was like,
yeah. So like when we first, the guy that I'm with right now, we started seeing each other like a couple months after the show. And I remember we were driving by, like, cause I live in LA. So we were driving by the Peterson Museum. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I had a date there. And he's like, what do you mean you had a date there? And I was like, oh yeah, like they rented out the museum and I went on a date. And he's like, who's they? And I was like, oh, I was like on a little TV show. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I was on a TV show. And like, this was like when we first started seeing each other. So I think that he was like, what? Like he was just really confused. But yeah, he hasn't watched it. He doesn't want to see that.
I was going to say, he probably doesn't really care to see it.
Yeah, he didn't watch it. But it's actually really funny. We were on a hike.
Yeah.
And we ran into Lloyd.
No way.
Yes, literally.
Oh,
yeah. So I was like, how do I disappear? Like, how do I
jump
literally,
off the cliff?
I'm running back to the top of the cliff and jumping. Yeah.
Did you stop and say hi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I guess he went and reported to some people that I had a boyfriend.
Like, stop, do not snitch.
Yeah,
do not snitch on me.
I didn't introduce him as my boyfriend. Like, he could have literally been my brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say cousin, friend, nephew, who knows?
Who knows?
Okay, but were you looking for love when you met him?
Like, honestly, no. I was kind of just like, oh, he's like fun, like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And then we just like, I don't know.
Grew into dating.
It kind of like, ladies, you can go from situationship to relationship. It's possible because it happened to me.
Okay,
that's kind of what happened.
That's what was happening. I was like, what is she not telling us yet?
That's kind of what happened, yeah. So it was like a situationship that turned into like a relationship.
Are you the one that had to confess your feelings first, or did he?
No, he did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you were like, you liked him enough to want to be a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that I'm prior to this, I was so open to like going out and meeting people, whatever, but I'm like not into the whole like hookup culture anymore. Like I just am not. Like it's literally for the guy, it's not for the girl. Like you get nothing from that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm kind of like good with this right now. Like I don't want to be like just hooking up with randoms. Like I don't want that at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, this works for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we love love.
Yeah. Okay.
They're kind of sticky, so
okay.
Just reach in which one you want.
I got it.
Okay. So I think you kind of touched on this in your little intro that they showed of you.
Uh-huh.
But what would you say now, current day, versus when you filmed like a year ago? What are your top 3 red flags and your top 3 green?
And like a guy?
No, you personally.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I have so many red flags. Where do we begin? I mean, I just feel like I'm a meme. Like everything about me is like a red flag.
That is the meme.
Yeah.
Everything about me is a red flag.
No, like all the things that like guys are like, this makes her a chill girl. Like I'm not that.
I'm not
chill. Okay, I feel like I have good green flags though too.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. For me as a person, I think that I am not like saying like, oh man, I'm Dave Chappelle, but I do think that I'm like a funny person. Like I don't take myself like very seriously. Like I'm obviously very self-deprecating. Like a lot of the stuff that I was saying on the show, like I wasn't like doing it for the show, but like it's not fully serious, but that's how I am like in everyday life. Like I love making fun of myself. So I think that I'm funny. I know that's an ambiguous statement, but I'm funny. I think that I'm like a really good friend.
That's good.
Good friend.
Do you give better advice than you like take your own?
Yes. Yeah, I think I do give good advice. Like when I am being like manipulated and gaslit and whatever, like I see it happening, and if it was happening to my friend, I'd be like, oh my God, like run for the hills. But like when it's happening to me, I'm like, no, it's like fun. It's like
it's fine. I'm doing fine.
I love the toxicity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I give good advice. I'm a good friend. Yeah.
You've been dedicated.
I think that I am very multifaceted and talented.
Yeah.
Okay, those are green flags. I feel like I need like where do I begin?
Do you cook?
Like no. Number that red flag. I don't cook. Like I'm not very domestic. I think I can learn. If anyone's looking for a wife, like I could be domestic. I'm just telling you, but I'm not. So that's probably a red flag that I don't cook.
Some guys say that.
I take like 2 hours to get ready. I feel like that's like a red flag.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that I'm like self-centered or selfish, but I do
prioritize other things.
I prioritize obviously my family and my friends and the people that I love, but like me.
Exactly. Okay, now we're gonna see if you think 5 sour, because you've been doing amazing with the game.
Okay.
You've been eating them all, you've been doing great. Okay. Maybe a little bit? Yeah, okay.
I don't like that.
Yeah, sometimes you need to. You're gonna spill a behind-the-scenes secret from filming that never hit the cameras or was never talked about.
This tastes so crazy.
Yeah. Finally, we got you. We finally got you with one actually being sour.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can drink if you need to drink. You can spit it out if you need to.
No.
No. You're being a champ, a pucker up champ.
What did you say?
I was like, did you listen to me? You didn't listen.
No, I was like blacking out.
You're gonna spill a behind-the-scenes secret from filming that either never hit the camera or never aired, or between people or you that just nobody knows.
Yeah, so basically this is like how it actually like went down that night.
Yeah.
I went over to like the boys' apartment. I talked to Lloyd. He said like he wanted to go on another date with me. We like kissed goodbye, whatever.
Yeah.
Then him and Gabby went on another date right after that. Not
All
quite
right.
sure. He said he wanted to go on another with me, but no, they went on another date. We get to this cocktail party. We like all sit down and talk for a little bit. There's like a fight that transpires between Lloyd and one of the girls, like a really
Like a
weird,
full-blown
like
fight.
full-blown like world star fight. Again, on camera, world star fight.
Where did that?
And then
why did we see that?
right after this fight's over, he comes over to me and basically says like, bye. And then, so I was like, okay, like I'm gonna leave. Like I don't really like any of the other guys. Like
Yeah.
I really only like him. Like
There's no
whatever.
point in saying, yeah.
Like, and I kind of was just like, I was just like a little bit like, I'm not gonna be rejected and like wait around to, like
Right.
to see if he like changes his mind or like no, like you
No.
have like one chance with me. Like if you're lucky and if you blow that one chance, like
You know your worth.
goodbye, like goodbye.
Like, wouldn't have guessed that. So that's like a
Yeah.
secret because it's like where that's like out of right field. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, they didn't show this, but like I was talking with like Sebastian and Ryan, and they were like, "Don't leave, like we love you." So like,
Right.
I could have obviously stayed, but
You chose to leave.
I chose to leave because like the guy that I liked at the time said that he wanted to be with another girl. I wasn't gonna like sit there and watch him be with another
yeah.
girl and like see if he
Torture yourself, like,
changed
why would-
his mind,
Yeah.
because even if he did, like no, like
You already
you
why
blew
would you
it from
choose
the
me
jump.
second?
Like like no, if you don't already see my value, I'm never gonna like beg you to see it. Like
Right.
so it wouldn't have mattered regardless.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if I were to do a show again, I would be able to like deal with it better for sure.
Yeah.
I was like very anxious while we were doing it, so it was just like not a conducive environment for me at the time. So I was like, I don't know if I can do this any longer.
Yeah, I would be so freaked out. Like, because you also were like living there full time, staying there. Like that was your routine, like in the house with everybody and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
it was like that's like a lot
Yeah.
to handle and go through, and all of it's on camera. So it's like just pressure from that. And like, what do you say? What do you not say? You don't know
Yeah.
what they're gonna air. So it's like they can paint you as a villain, and like they can paint you in like a great light. So it's like, yeah, that's a lot.
I don't think that they showed obviously every side to my personality.
Yeah.
And I also like walked in with like that ridiculous. They had me have that ridiculous bag. That was like my date bag. That was not a bag that I would use for a date. Like what? I'm not
Even
gonna
I
put,
thought, I was like,
a
why
little-
did she bring
no,
the
that was my
biggest
date. They
bag?
tried to give me a different, like a duffel bag that looked like it would be carrying a dead body, like a literal like duffel, a black duffel, to hold with my dress and like the heels. And I was like, no, like, and if they looked in that bag, it literally had like Tide
One thing
sticks
in it.
and like.
Yeah.
Like my
Lipstick,
makeup,
maybe.
like that's the date bag that you don't actually use.
Yeah.
Like that's my carry-on bag. Like that's what I use for the airport. Like I
That
would
was a
never
lot.
go to the club. Like what? When I drop my
Wait,
single
it was Chrisian
lipstick.
Dior, wasn't it?
Yes, it was
your Christian
literally
Dior,
like
in the
a
massive-
Christmas present when I was when I was like 18 from my mom. Like I have a million cute little bags. I would have
Yeah.
never chosen
But also, if
carry
it
on
lined
bag.
up, if they had understood, like, you obviously know about designer, you know about material things, you would never bring that bag.
Need to do that. Like, that's just embarrassing. And they're like, yeah, like, that bag really doesn't go with her outfit. Like, it's just because it's designer. I was like, do you think that this is what I'm like, this is the small bag that's really conducive for the date?
That was OD.
So like that's like people are like tearing me apart from that. They're like, oh my God, do you clock that she's lying? Like she said that he asked to kiss her. Like she kissed him first. I was like, no, he actually did, but you didn't see the 3 hours of the date. You saw like 5 seconds of it, which they edited.
Clipped so quick.
Oh, and then also like the thing about they're like they keep bringing it up like about the jacket, like how I was like saying I was cold, and then he like gave gas. That was not even remotely like how things went down. Like I got there first. Me and him went outside, and I was cold, but he had just walked outside, so he like has talked about this, like how he's has like a sweating thing. Yeah. So he's like, I'm scared to take my jacket off right now because I'm scared there'll be that. I didn't even bring up giving me the jacket. Like that's not like that's so pick me. I would never do that. Yeah. Oh my God, no. And like I liked my dress. I didn't need to cover it with a jacket.
Yeah. And girls can be cold, but not actually.
Yeah. And then we went inside like 5 seconds after that, and then went in his room and like we're talking and being flirty. So like they're making it look like I just like
wanted that jacket.
Met this man one time, and I'm like, this is Prince Charming. This is the love of my life. Like no girl better talk to him, and he better not give anyone else his jacket. Like that is just not even remotely what happened. Like yes, as the night went on, I did progressively have a few more drinks and get like a little bit like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I didn't
jacket. We weren't worried about the jacket.
Like our first date, like was very sweet and like very genuine. Like he was like cheersing to like the freckle on top of my lip and like holding my hand like as we walked around, like kissed me when we weren't filming. Like that's like cute. You know, so like I'm not like this delusional girl. Like everyone is like, oh my God, Sophia, stand up. Like you're so insecure, like desperate desperado. And I'm like, no, like I have been, like I know that what that looks like. I really wasn't being like that. Yeah. Like
plus, you knew you were on television. Like, you wouldn't, even, like, if you were like that, I feel like you wouldn't have put yourself in a position to look like that for real, because it's like, this is going on national television.
And I mean, I just, like, know, I can read the room. Like, I know if a guy's into me, and I know if a guy's, like, not into me. So I was just like, I know he's into me, so, like, what's going on? Like, it wasn't like oh my God, I need attention. Like, it was just like, I want to know, so I don't, like, waste my time here any longer.
And then there's one more.
Oh my God. Okay, this one's gonna be like really bad, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
you want the pink one?
Is this like the worst flavor?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, great. But you seem to be doing good. Maybe 5 kind of was worse for you.
No.
Okay. Okay, are you listening?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so say roles were reversed and you had to go on a show like this. What do you think that your undercover story would be if you had to make one up that would still be believable to a potential love interest or friend or whatever? The heavy breathing.
I feel like I could say I'm like a DJ.
That could work.
Yeah.
Like a Chantel Jeffries or whatever her name is. Yeah. Chantel? Charlie Jordan type vibe.
Yeah.
Like still in like the
like, could you see it?
Yes.
Hands up.
Everybody scream. A DJ. Okay, well, you did great.
Thank you.
And you ate them all.
Yeah.
You really did eat them all.
They honestly, for future reference, if anyone else is gonna do this, like these 2 are the only ones that are like really like whoa.
Yeah.
This first one was sour though at first.
I think it's because also it's like the first one you eat, so you're the anxiety.
Yeah, I mean I have no more taste buds left, but
you'll be good in like an hour.
This does help too.
See the sweetness.
Easy breezy.